How's your day?
Pretty good.
You just start, long day?
No, I started probably about 8:30 this morning.
Okay.
So maybe another hour or so and I'll be heading home.
How long have you been, like, driving for overall?
All together a little over 7 years.
7 years. So one of the OGs?
Yeah. And when I first started, it was years before. There was, probably been going on years before I started. And I've been doing it for a while. So, yeah, 7 years, wow.
I mean, so you like it? Do you enjoy it?
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
It was better before. It's starting to
Right.
seem like Uber's getting a lot cheaper cheaper with
Yes.
us
Yes.
than what they used to be.
I just had a rider the other day was like, I would cancel this if you, and like he charged me less. He canceled the ride and then still took me to where I needed to go, but I paid him directly. And I was just like, he's like, I never, they just don't pay us enough, and I'm only going to one stop here or there and stuff like that. And I was like, wow. But then Uber gave, like, because I didn't know that if you cancel the ride, Uber will prioritize me and give me another ride because they think that, like, you canceled it.
Right.
And I didn't know that. And so when I got home, Uber was like, your ride's at your spot. And I was like, I'm like, oh, they must have sent me, and I had to pay for that. So I was like, wow, that kind of sucked. But yeah, I hear all the time that it's not like the golden days anymore.
No, not really. I had one guy do the same thing one time. He's like, man, you know what? Let's just cancel the ride. I'll pay you directly. He's like, Uber is really charging a lot. And I'm like, all right. Then I had a woman who was going to do that one time too, but then I kind of mentioned to her, I told her, God forbid something happens.
Yeah.
You're not under the Uber platform now, just to let you know that. And she was like, oh, you know what? Maybe we won't.
That's a good thing, because the Uber, he was like, I don't know if, like, he said he tried it on this Asian woman, and she was like, you got to deliver it better. Because when he told me, I was defensive. I was like, what are you, because he's like, do you want to pay for less? I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I just want to. But then once he, like, kind of just, like, told me what he was doing, I was like, oh, you should have just said that right away, because I was feeling very, like, just what's happening. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it's not bad the way it looks.
Right.
But then sometimes I hear people say, man, this ride just cost me $60.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? I'm getting paid like $9 out of that $60. What do you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, driving so long, like, has that taught you about people? Do you, like, see the world differently? Because I feel like you're in a position where you're in people's intimate conversations, and sometimes people, like, don't even notice you guys, so you get to be like a fly on the wall. Do you like people more cynical about them?
I mean, it's basically the same. I mean, sometimes you get people having a bad day. I kind of understand that. They're upset about things. I'm like, okay, they going your way today. But not really too bad. So if I really had not too many bad people in the car, nobody like getting sick or arguing or complaining about anything. I don't mind the driving part. I used to be a truck driver before I done this, so I don't mind driving. I kind of like the longer ride better, but now it's like Uber's getting really so cheap. It's like, man, is it really worth going that far away? And then you get all the way out there and you don't have now you got to either come back or by yourself because you ain't getting a ride coming back. But before, never mind, as long as it came out to $25, $30 an hour for there and back, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. But I think like the other day they had me, I was gonna accept it, so I started figuring out the mile. They wanted me to go to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh wow!
And I think it was only like 150 something, and I'm like, you know what? That's gonna take me almost 6 hours. I'm like, nah,
that's not worth it.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I figured the shorter runs, and now since like the new year started, Ubers even seem like they got slower.
Oh, absolutely.
Not sure if it's because there's just a lot more drivers out, or why is it doesn't seem to be going off as much as it used to.
I'm glad you said that, because when I pick up a ride, it takes me forever to get one. And what makes it so annoying is like when you're waiting, they'll show like little car icons, and there would be car icons surrounding my location.
Yeah, but you look at that, it's always 6 cars.
Yeah, that's what I never counted it, but
I was telling my friend that. I was like, it's always 6 cars.
Interesting.
And I was like, as soon as you order it, all 6 disappear. Yes. Where'd they go?
Yes, or they don't pick up, or they do disappear. They get further and further away. And so I'm like, is it the Uber drivers are like, this is not worth it for me,
or that's just Uber trying to make it look like, oh, you ordered, you have one right away. Yes. No, you don't.
Yes, very true. So you were a truck driver.
Yeah.
How is that? I feel like long roads, you always hear like unhealthy lifestyles, and I never really like, what is kids driving past ask you to honk the horn, like what is the life of a truck driver?
Yeah, sometimes they would do that, but me, I did like what they call regional, so I did surrounding states.
Okay.
So I was either home every other day or every day. It wasn't like gone like some of these guys are gone for 2-3 weeks at a time, maybe even a month. I mean, I liked it, and it was all right, but then of course that started changing, and it seemed like I was always gone all the time anyway, and even when I was home, I was either sleeping because I'm always tired. And then they just started switching, all this trucking around, and then they, had all them people that they let into this country, and they were someplace in Florida was selling CDL licenses.
Yes.
So they weren't even getting the training. They were just going buying the license, and, going to get a job, which I didn't know at the time. A lot of these semi-trucks now are all automatics. So you don't even have to know how to drive stick shift. Probably never been to something that large in their life, and they're letting them go ahead, jump in and go. And you're seeing a lot of accidents and a lot of bridges collapsing because they weren't supposed to take that weight over that little bridge.
So those signs are true. Sometimes I'm like, who's driving this big giant truck over this bridge? But I guess what you're saying, when you see those signs that says weight limit, those are really, really there for a reason.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, no, the Uber driver I was talking to you about with the whole, he canceled the ride to pay, and he was talking about the pay, stuff like that, and he was like, now they have all these people coming into this country who will take the ride for whatever the price is, because that's more than what they will probably get back home.
Yeah, that's how they do with the trucking. Yeah, they went from you paying by the mile to percentage.
Yeah.
And then so many people were accepting them small percentages. It's like, well, why would you even do that? But I guess, like you say, they were getting paid more than they would get at their home, so they thought it was okay.
It does feel like when in political life that we have, they're always saying the immigrants are taking the jobs, but it does put a different look on it. It's not like they're taking it; it's these corporations kind of are encouraging it
because they can why hire you at 20? We can take him for 10.
Yes.
So I mean, can't blame them. They need a job.
Yes, exactly. But it's just interesting how they get kind of the blame, or the politics shifted. But when you hear real workers, it's like, no, you guys are, you're using them, so you don't have to pay us, or the trainings. Yeah, I had a friend, her mom passed. She was parked somewhere, and a semi truck hit her and smushed her, and they found out that the driver was not trained and an illegal immigrant. So unfortunately, my friend is she doesn't have to work a day in her life, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly. One of my friends is the same way. He got into an accident when he was a truck driver. Yeah. And he's on disability, and at first I thought, man, it's nice you don't have to actually go to work no more. He's like, yeah, but I don't get to do nothing. I'm stuck in his house. And now after years gone by, I'm like, you know what? It isn't worth it to go through all that suffering you went through just to not have to work no more. I mean, they had that one truck driver who killed that the whole family up in Florida.
Yeah.
Made a U-turn on the highway.
Yeah.
And I guess they said they can't read English, so I mean, I guess I'm not sure why would you even think of you can make a U-turn on a freeway with a big semi, but.
I remember that. I just remember his face being so scared when they put it on the news, because he was like, yeah. I guess I can't remember the story, but I remember exactly what you're talking about, because that was kind of.
I remember he had a dash cam, and you can even see his look on his face when the accident happened. It didn't bother him. It was like, oh well, now I'm gonna be detained and held up here. He's more upset about that than he just killed the whole family.
That's true. It's crazy.
Now they're doing this English test, you know, and you go through these scale houses. They're pulling trucks over random and making them see if they can understand English, having them read things. And if they're not able to read or write English, then they're taking their CDLs away. Which I figured they should go after them companies, because what type of company would hire you without a road test?
Absolutely. I agree all the time. I feel like sometimes the anger is like towards the employer, but it's like there's a company who has to hire them though, so they're encouraging it. You might as well just cut the head off the snake. But if you're not, you're just letting the company just hire another person. It's just like a revolving wheel of just brokenness, I guess.
I had a guy, he was in distribution. He said that there was a truck that took about 30 to 40 minutes just to back into the dock, and he couldn't get it. He had to go out to tell the guy, you know what? Forget it. We don't want the load. Called his company, said, man, your guy can't even back into this dock.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your people from?
Did you ever have your own? I know some people buy their own trucks.
Yeah. When I was doing it, I had my own setup.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I just hate that we live in a world that you would think that people would just learn that quality is better, like training is better, it's better investment, it's better overall.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't know. Maybe billionaires, they're like, we only live once, so we might as well just do it the crappy way and the fastest way.
That's what I was thinking. How could somebody be selling licenses knowing that your family's on that road too?
Yeah.
How would you put someone in that big truck and don't care about it?
Yes.
Because I used to think about that when I was a truck driver. These big U-Haul trucks come out. I was like, man, how did they rent these U-Haul trucks to just anybody?
Yeah.
They've probably never been in something this large before.
I remember I went to the U-Haul. I don't know if I didn't look the right way, but I thought I had the right way, and I took a left, and I just had all these horns, and I just couldn't like see. I just had to keep going into the alley. I was like, no one got hit or anything like that, but I was just like, I don't know what I did that caused so many horns to honk at me. But yeah, they just give you a giant U-Haul. You just have to have insurance and the money. Yeah, no, I get those TikToks of truck drivers living in their car trying to find food. What I guess it's lot lizards or.
Oh yeah, the hookers.
Yes. So the lot lizard is a thing. That's
real. I remember sometimes you would get that, you pull in a truck stop, call in the back to go to sleep, and someone's knocking on your door. You're like, oh, come on.
Really? Did you ever have to put do you have the locker door? Did you have I saw someone use a seatbelt to hold the door in.
Yeah, that was like safety ways.
Yes.
A lot of those trucks, like I know my key would fit my friend's truck. I could go and mess with the key block, and I could pop his door open on his truck. So you're sleeping in there, and you always got used to having like maybe a knife or something near you just in case something happened. And
have you ever been in?
Told me that he would put the seatbelt through the thing, connect it, and it would lock his door so they're completely shut. I'm like, that's a good idea.
Now, has that happened to you?
No, I've never had nothing like that.
No lot lizard just breaking in like, let me in.
No, they'd go and knock and then get up and tell them, no, and then they walk away. So that only happened like 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Other than that, they don't bother. They usually walk up if they see somebody sitting in the driver's seat or something like that. But then these troopers would, go through the truck stops and make sure there's no one hanging around there. So I didn't see that very much.
Okay.
But we had them handwritten logbooks, so you can lie a little bit on them. I mean, some of these drivers would be ridiculous on what they would lie about.
Wait, what is the logbook for?
It tells you where you've been and how, so because we're on the truck driver, we're only allowed to drive for 11 hours.
Okay.
So if a state trooper pulled over, he doesn't want to see your logbook. Like where you started at, how long you've been driving, where you got loaded. And so a lot of them, they were driving 20, 30 hours straight, getting in big accidents, killing people. So they had to do something about that. They changed it to computerized, so it records everything that truck is doing. So after the 11-hour driving time is up, the computer will give out a warning, truck must be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got to find a place to park that big thing for the next 10 hours. So like on mine, I would do a lot of Michigan when I would start.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes on my logbook, I would show Detroit, 5 hours there and then 5 hours back to Chicago.
Now, if they lied, what was the purpose of lying?
Oh, because then they could probably drive like maybe 20 something hours straight, keep going and going and going, and just keep making money. Me, I did it just so I can get home that day because I might go like to Detroit, drop my load, then shoot up to Pontiac, grab another load, then come back to Chicago, which make it like maybe a 12, 13-hour driving day, but I would only show Detroit and back.
So I'm assuming it has to be worth it to lie. Like if you're, I'm trying to figure out why would someone want to drive more hours, especially hours.
I guess like, just to make a lot more money. I really don't know. I never really had to do that. I mean, I think my longest driving time was I was way up in the top of Michigan, and they finally got me loaded. I was heading home, and it was probably about a 14-hour ride back home. And I'm like, nah, I'm doing making sure I get home today.
But then you were saying like people who were driving long hours will cause accidents and
crashes. You see that a lot. Yeah, they're driving 20-something, 30 hours straight, falling asleep at the wheel and rear-ending cars. Or a lot of times when they're going through a toll booth, they wouldn't even know and they hit the toll booth.
Yes.
So I figured, they really did have to do something to start monitoring that better.
Yeah.
But it was just a lot harder to try to get back home.
Right. I saw this one TikTok of this truck driver. He thought he was helping a police chase. So he he was in this lane that you're in right now, and the car was on the right. And he kind of tried to go into the right lane to stop him, ripped off his whole front driver door. And turns out that the police weren't actually chasing him. They were actually trying to help him. And so because it wasn't a criminal thing, the guy who got his car ripped off sued the company, and the company sued the guy because the company's liable, and so they fired him and then sued him for all the damages, and the guy can't even pay for it because obviously it's thousands of dollars. But I was just thinking wow, I wouldn't even think about a semi truck just being I'm going to help you guys out and then mess everything up for himself.
Yeah. I'm going to go this way and then come up and walk
no
quick on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys, I mean, sometimes I think, it's good to maybe help, but sometimes it's better just to mind your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that all the time. When I seen that not too long ago, I forgot what I was looking at, where this guy, this lady was walking, looking at her phone. He tried to grab her and pull her back. She almost got hit by a car.
Oh, wow.
And next thing you know, now she's suing.
Oh, yes, I saw that. I saw that.
I was like, man, he just saved your life.
I saw that. But I did see he won the case.
Oh, okay.
I saw that.
I think so. Yeah. The judge came out and started arguing with him too.
Yes.
How dare you do this to this man?
But I saw that, and I yes, when you're mind your business, but then
see something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to witness that either. I'm not gonna stand there and just watch somebody walk out in front of a car, but I know I could have did something about it.
But to the point you're trying to make is how could one be a good person if you're just going to turn around and look at it as a money grab? I saved your life and you're suing me because I touched you. How else would you want,
yeah.
It reminds me of when people are well, if Jesus was here, would we have crucified him? Or and it kind of, I guess the answer is yes. I guess if you would have sued that one guy, God, what would you do? God came here.
Heck, I seen that on it was Instagram I was looking at where these three teenage boys kicked this man's door in to rob this old man.
Yeah.
Old man shot and killed him, and now the lady's complaining. All he was gonna do was rob you. Why you have to kill him? We're like, wow. So I guess robbing is okay now, huh?
My mom says that too because I live in Chicago now. She's like, if someone's stealing your car, just give it to them. But that's my car, Mom. I'm about to pay that off.
Yeah.
I can't just give it one push, just one tussle, just to see if he would leave me alone. Mm-hmm. But I guess, no, I guess it's not worth your life.
Yeah.
But it will be if I have to pay for another car.
That's what a lot of my friends always told me too, because I seem to get a little upset sometimes. They tell me I was born and raised here. I'm like, I'm not going to let stuff just fly by. Somebody call me a name, I'm saying something back.
Yes.
They're like, you need to start ignoring that. I'm like, nah, it's easier said than done. Mm-hmm. I'm like, because I don't know. I'm like, they're going to say something to me, I'm going to say something back. I mean, it's probably not a good idea, but oh well. And I think that's what it is. You get so many people now, because before, not too many people were here in Chicago. Now it's people
a lot
everywhere. Yeah. And they, they don't know.
Yeah.
They always try to be nice to people. Oh, no, look at this guy right here. Let me help him.
Yes.
No, what the heck with him. Keep moving.
Well, thanks for the convo.
You're welcome.